Let's look at some really reliable fly patterns for midge hatches. Here we have the disco midge, which I think is named for that real shiny body it has, which made out of flashabou or crystal flash. When you wind crystal flash, it basically becomes flashabou. Now that's unweighted, other than the weight of the hook itself. So you would either use that as a dropper or with some weight on the leader, or suspended near the surface below a dry fly where it wouldn't have to sink very far when the fish are working at or near the surface. And then we have the good old serendipity. This one's more of an upside down dippity or an upsy dippity, but that's because we tried shooting this a moment ago and it just kept jumping all over the place out of the tweezers. So now I can get a good grip on it. And there's the serendipity. It's a good fly, and it works just the way it's supposed to. You put floatant mostly on the upper end of it, and I trim mine. It just looks really neat. I trim them. I really pack the deer hair and I trim them, and especially for one that I'm going to show in photographs. But a lot of tyers just take a clump of deer hair and tie it right on top, trim the front, trim the back, and they're done. And those work. So if you want to make it easier on yourself, that's what you can do. So there's the serendipity. That's an emerger. Try to get them all sort of lined up here so you can see them. And then we have my friend Todd Smith's Cripple. It's Smith's Black Cripple. The name doesn't say anything about a midge, but it is. It is an imitation of a midge, and it's got, you can pretty much see what's going on here. A cripple in fly fishing is an insect or an imitation of an insect that has failed to hatch successfully. And so there's the shuck, and this has also a very shiny body. And then these wings are kind of neat. They're CDC. You take the feather and stroke the fibers against the normal cant, the normal angle, and then you tie them in and trim off the ends, and you get these kind of neat, veiny-looking wings. But, I should say that these are all considerably larger than I would normally tie them. But if I tied them in the normal size, say 24, you wouldn't be seeing much here. So I tied them big. I tied them a whopping, gargantuan size 16. But normally 18 would be the absolute max, and 22, 24 would be normal. But you get a good look at them this way. And these are all good, reliable flies that I would use for a midge hatch any time of year, including late winter.